Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to eat, steak done in the cast iron. It's a buttery, herby, and delicious experience you can't pass up. You can do this in a stainless steel pan, but I definitely prefer the cast iron. You'll want to let your steak rest at room temperature for about 30 minutes. It makes it easier to cook evenly. Today we're making a lovely filet mignon. Give it a little dab all around with a paper towel to dry off the juice. Next up, we'll season our meat. You want to use kosher salt. It's far easier to season steak with than table salt or sea salt. Get both sides of your steak. Next up, crack some black pepper on there. And you don't want to waste all that nice seasoning on the cutting board, so just take your steak and pick it up with the sides. Little dabby dab here. Grab a few cloves of garlic and don't even bother peeling them. Just crush them with the side of a knife. Set those aside for later. You're also going to need a bunch of thyme. I like to use a small handful per steak I'm cooking. Get your pan going on pretty high heat with some oil. I'm using olive oil here. You want your pan to be hot enough that your oil is almost smoking, but not quite. Then place your steak in the pan and let it sear. You can press the steak down gently to make sure you're getting a nice, even sear. And when you lift the steak off the pan without it sticking, then you're good. This just took about under 2 minutes. Place the steak on another part of the pan, or hold the steak up and wait for the spot you were using to heat back up. This ensures you aren't putting your steak down onto a cold spot. I only seared this other side for about a minute. I don't want to cook it too much, so I have more time later for basting to impart more flavor. Next, lightly sear the sides of the steak. You can just hold it there with your tongs like so. If you're working with more than one steak, you can lean them up on the sides of your pan, but be careful in case they fall. I've got a couple nice hot oil splash burns doing that. Once you've nicely seared the sides, turn down the heat to medium-low, then drop in a nice pat of butter. Swish the butter around and toss in your garlic. Then your thyme. Push around the thyme and garlic in the butter to nicely infuse it. Then grab a spoon and start basting that steak with your infused butter. I basted this steak for just under 2 minutes. If you want, you can take some of the garlic and thyme and just rub it on top of the steak. Does this do anything? I don't know, but I do it anyways. Once you flip the steak, you'll have acquired a beautiful caramelization from the butter. This is what we want. Look at how scrumptious this is looking. This is the critical moment here. Different cuts of steak require different times, but I'm only basting these for 2 minutes on each side max. That's going to give me about a medium cook on this tenderloin fillet. If you want mid-rare, maybe just go 15 to 30 seconds less on each side. Don't stress. If you undercook it for your liking, just put it back on the pan. This steak is good to go here. I'm just going to sop up some butter for some good luck, and then put it on a board to rest. Let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. The meat is still slowly cooking in there. Moment of truth. Let's see what it looks like inside. Oh, perfect for my taste. If you make this for someone who has never had steak done like this, you're gonna blow their mind. It does take some practice to figure out cook times, so don't get down if you mess up a couple steaks trying to figure it out. The beauty of this method is even if you overcook the steak, it still tastes pretty good. What a wonderful thing. What a beautiful country.